Hey Virgo, this is Perrymore Tarot's weekend reading from April 4th through the 6th, 2025. This is for Virgo. Last shuffle coming out for Virgo. So Virgo, we have courage and we have the healing light. Courage and healing light. Now this tells me that you're going to be, this is brave. This is brave energy. This is about taking accountability, self-reflection, looking at ourselves, saying, you know what? This is what I need to heal. This is what I need to do. I need to do something about this, right? This is a brave thing to do. It takes a lot of courage to face the truth. Look, I cannot make this up. To face the truth about some things that maybe you weren't sure you were aware, like I'm not aware fully. You know how things happen? And then when you really look at it, you're like, well, I did kind of do this after the moment, right? Because we all like to think we're right. I can't deny that. As a Leo, sometimes you feel like you're right about things because you did your best, right? You gave your best to a situation. So you're like, well, I couldn't be wrong because I was nice, I was kind, I was polite, I did this, I was generous. And it's like, well, how about you weren't listening to your intuition? How about your issue is that perhaps you move too fast. So I'm seeing that energy here, like someone who's going, well, and I know that you're not a Leo. I'm speaking from me. Like I can't like project that to you. So but I'm seeing this energy here of someone who's it takes a lot of courage to say Ace of Swords, High Priestess, Ten of Cups, Four of Swords. Maybe to some degree, you moved really quickly. So it takes a lot of courage to look at the truth with the Ace of Swords, right? About things that maybe aren't so readily evident. With the High Priestess, maybe you lowered your standards. And it takes a lot of courage to say, I lowered my standards. I moved too fast in something. It doesn't have to be romantic, but it does have something to do with, I do see some romance energy here. It doesn't have to be. It could be any situation. I moved too quickly on things. I jumped at the sight at the moment of this, not really paying attention to my intuition. My intuition told me to turn away from it. Four of Swords. My intuition told me to block, ignore, walk away. That this was going to be bad, but I didn't listen. I moved too quickly. Healing light would be the Eight of Wands and the Double. That this may be something that when the intensity, like you move quick and it's hot and heavy, boom, boom, boom. And so I'm seeing the energy of, I just see a lot of courage. I swear this is a very brave energy, because most of us don't do this. I could tell you, like, we blame the other person so quick as people, you know what I mean? Because we're like, we gave our all, we showed up and showed out, and they just spat in our face. And it's like, well, Spirit told you not to do it, and you did it anyway. So it's not really all the way their fault. So I see that here. I'm seeing that Spirit's telling you that there's no right or wrong in this, right? So that's the energy of this courage, courageous energy, this bravery, is that you realize that there's no such thing as right or wrong. Maybe you lowered your standards, but every choice that you make expands your understanding of life and love. That's just it. It also looks like this, right? They're also speaking about how it's important to kind of like release and heal the past. There's a vibe of needing to do so because it will help you to enjoy the present moment. You may not have been able to do so. A lot of your, maybe the way that you've been approaching things may have been where you're not really nurturing yourself, you're preparing for the next shoe to drop. I'm at least seeing that too. I'm seeing that Spirit is wanting you to understand that it's almost to say like we're all learning. We're all learning. You're not the only one. Kindred partnership, though, with the World and Ten of Pentacles. This is telling me that this is a person that feels like your other half. This also feels like a forever person. Doesn't have to be romantic, but I do see that that's coming up for you, or you're already with a person like that. But it more so looks like the next person. For many of you, this is your next person. This next person that comes along, it seems like even within the next few weeks. For many of you, it's like the next few weeks. I'm seeing that you're going to be experiencing or meeting someone who feels like they're your, like this is someone who's around for the long haul. What's very important about all of this is Spirit is putting you through the traces, or they're putting you through the ringer, so that you are able to reflect on everything, the decisions you make based off of your intuition versus the experience and intelligence you have, right? And because the experience and intelligence would tell you that you better act quick, or something to that magnitude, or prepare to be taken advantage of, or something, rather than your intuition telling you the truth, showing you the truth, and you're able to communicate and realize that communication is very important, as well as having an open mind. Some of us may be closed off because of the experiences that we had in the past, and so I'm seeing that as well. It's very important to say to yourself, to kind of open you up, is to say, I am deeply loved by the universe. If you're loved, then that means you're cared for. If you're loved, that means that you're prepared for. If you're loved, that means that you are being given gifts. And everything that you experience is a gift, is something good. And so I do see that energy. They want you to know that the way is clear, and that you need to awaken to the power within you. This power that you have is that you are a very wise person that's been through a lot, right? And so they want you to, it's almost to release the past. As you release it, you'll see the difference in your life. And they're telling you that holding on to the past will cause you to be somewhat self-righteous, right? I know what I know. I've been through this before. I know you already the signs of a narcissist. I know the signs of a liar, and you're exhibiting those signs. Or narrow-minded, which that's the same kind of energy, or you'd be engulfed with like self-doubt. So it's very important to know that you are very loved. Everyone's learning, right? So yeah, this is someone I see that it's like this is the reward after going through some level of self-awareness. Discovery with the Three of Swords and the Magician. A lot of us need to discover with this intention of really digging deep to see what is the root of all the things that we're doing. Is it due to, are we basing things off of or acting from a place of disappointment, fear of being alone, fear that you're wrong, right? Like my intuition tells me this, but my intelligence and my experience tells me that. Overthinking things. You may discover that you overthink things. You may discover that it's difficult to believe in your judgment. Therefore, judging too much. It's hard to describe because I'm seeing a lot of overthinking. Like my intuition tells me this, but wait, what if my intuition's wrong? What if that's a true sign of this or that? I read this on WebMD and this and the third. I also was watching a podcast on psychological issues and this and that, and it's like it might just go down the line of a rabbit hole of overthinking. So I'm seeing angel number 0220. And you're not the only one that does this. I have done this so many times I can't even count. And now I'm like, I listen to my intuition. My intuition is not ever wrong. And even if it is, it's right, because every choice that you make, everything that you do, expands your understanding of life and love. So is that wrong to learn? Not really. Failure is good, right? I look at it that way because I'm too old to be wasting my time focusing on, I was wrong and being down in the dumps. Oh well, time to get up and dust myself off and try again. Right? There's still, what's for me is for me. It hasn't passed me by yet, 0220 is a realistic and a practical approach kind of energy towards goals. Like that's what it represents. It represents divine timing. ambition, cooperation, discipline, but it also is about knowing that you have the benefit of good fortune, and using wise judgment, you can do anything. And so you can reach new heights. You should act on your potential when you see the pattern, this pattern, 0220. And know that whatever you plant will grow. And understand that you're about to experience a spectacular ascent. And I see the ascent being personal growth, knowledge of self, understanding, being able to act on what you feel instead of acting on fears, acting out of a place of worry, acting out of a place of the door may close, I better hurry up. No such thing. And if it does, oh well, there's another door. You know, incorporate orange into your space. Orange is a color that vibrates on this frequency of nourishing or nurturing oneself. Okay. Spirit wants you to start planting certain plants if you can, right? These plants would have like special properties, like a night blooming jasmine. That's for heightened sensuality, scent even. If you have one of those around your house, when the wind blows your windows open, holy moly, how your house will smell so good. I have a bush, but bees are always in it. But when I tell you, the smell is unreal. It's so beautiful. Such a great scent. Lilies for lasting commitments in your life, right? Roses for romance. And that will help you to nurture marriage or partnerships, okay? And it's almost like a perfect time to do these kind of things too, and especially during a Taurus or Libra, like the Venus ruling planets or signs, rather, not planets, but Venus ruling signs. But it's, I mean, that's next month, right? But still, Spirit wants you to keep that in mind, that you should probably consider doing this. Otters may be important to you, the animal as well. You could be dealing with a Pisces, Capricorn, very strongly Capricorn or Aries. All right, so if you're not dealing with those signs, which you don't have to be, those signs could also be in your chart. If you'd like to book a personal reading with me, my links are on my page. Peace, love, and light. Take care.